falling in love in Paris. You're going to be swept away by our next guest's new movie from the Hallmark Channel Original Film, Paris, Wine and Romance. Please welcome back our friend Jen Lilley, and for the first time in our home, Dan Jeannotte. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Listen, we're going to talk all about this fantastic film I know shot in Paris, but first we got to say a huge congratulations to you, Jen.
Thank you.
6.5 months pregnant, beautiful as ever. You look amazing, you really do, and I can only imagine so many challenges with carrying a baby, with being pregnant, but your first challenge came on a flight when you were heading to Paris to shoot this movie. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so when I left to do the movie, you know, I was still wearing my jeans with the little rubber band elastic trick, but I was like still really petite, and so the airline stewardess kept asking me if I wanted wine, and so I was like, oh, no, thank you. But they were circling back like every 15 minutes, and it's like a 12-hour flight, and I was like, I don't really want to tell them I'm pregnant because then they feel stupid. And I was like, no, I'm good with water. It's great. And it was wonderful because this movie, I told our director ahead of time, just give me coats, give me the purses, give me all the things, because all I know about pregnancy is that you're not pregnant, you're not pregnant, you're not pregnant. You wake up one day and you're like, hi.
Oh, and you're pregnant. It's so true.
And that totally happened while we were in
It popped. I mean, I can only imagine. You probably should have told the director you needed grape juice as well, because since you were on the plane flying to do a movie in Paris with Dan, that's about two winemakers. Dan, you play Jacques, and the charming Frenchman. And Jen, you play Isabella, the lovely American girl that Jacques falls head over heels in love with. What was so captivating about Isabella?
Well, do go on. Well, we both play winemakers in the film, and the difference is that my character Jacques comes from this kind of legendary French winemaking family. So he's sort of old school, and he comes from tradition and a long line of doing things the same way. And then he meets Isabella, the kind of upstart American winemaker, and she's also in the same prestigious wine competition. And I think, Jacques just really, you know, he finds her really bold and fascinating because she does things her own way. She's a little bit fish out of water, maybe. No?
Yeah, totally, 100%.
But she's confident, you know, even though she might stick her foot in her mouth sometimes.
A lot of times,
really, No, she's got a great kind of American confidence that I think he finds very charming. And, you know, they really just kind of like learn from each other, and he's just, really captivated by her adventurous spirit, I think.
But Isabella isn't as captivated. Is she?
You know, I think she's captivated despite herself. You know, and I think that's true of love. When you find kind of the right person, I think often you're not looking for it, and then they come. And you're like, right now, I don't, okay.
She was busy trying to build an empire.
She was building an empire for her family, and also she's been hurt by love before, and it's like, this is a long-distance relationship. You live in France, I live in Oregon. How would we make that work? So it's kind of a coming together of two worlds, and it's fun to watch.
It's such a cute movie.
You know what else is fun to watch? Just the dynamic between the two of them on the sofa right now. No wonder you guys did so well in the movie together. We got a clip we're going to show everybody. It's a clip of you guys walking through the streets of Paris, having a chat about how difficult it is to work with family, and then realizing you do have some things in common. Let's take a look.
Maurice entered his own Chateau Saint-Fournier Pinot into the competition. I made mine. We entered separately, and whoever made the best wine will decide the future of our company.
Oh, wow. So you have a lot to prove to Maurice. I mean, you really need to win the gold.
No, when we are not talking about business, we are the best of friends. But lately, this is all we talk about.
Well, where's Maurice now?
He is at a meeting with our British distributor.
Oh, the Brits love their Burgundy.
You know, we actually sell more to Americans.
Oh? Yeah. I'm not keeping you from anything really important, am I?
No. He would prefer that I am not there, so I don't scare off our buyers with my new ideas.
Oh, come on. I'm sure that's not true. Listen, I worked with my dad and my uncle, and we disagreed all the time, but in the end, we're family.
And family is important to you?
Oh, it's everything.
I could not agree more.
Early or late?
Yes, I mean, first of all...
shooting that could have been easy, we're just thinking.
I know, exactly right. It was just one take. I saw that, and of course it was one take because the beautiful, the majestic Notre Dame Cathedral was in the backdrop there, and in light of recent events, that experience must have just been extra special for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we filmed that scene maybe a week and a half before the fire there.
Whoa.
So We must have been one of the last, if not the last, film crews to shoot there. I mean, I think for anyone in the world, seeing that news of this historical building on fire was just terrible. But the fact that we had just been there a week and a half before was surreal.
It was so surreal. It was so amazing for me to see in person. I have never been to Paris. I like cried reading the script. I'm gonna cry right now. But the director, our amazing director, Alex Sam, was saying, he was like, it's so easy to film your reactions because you really were having the reaction. And
no acting.
It's amazing if anybody's seen Notre Dame Cathedral. You know, I found out, I didn't know much about it going in. I found out it had been built over like, what, 500, 600 years or something. And I think it's incredible. Just that alone, the legacy of somebody's vision being carried on that long. Would that ever happen these days? And so it was awful when everyone found out that it was on fire. But at the same time, I think it's so beautiful how the world really came together.
Isn't that true? And it's breathtaking. And the good news is that it's going to be spared.
So much of it was
Yes,
saved.
exactly right. Good
Goodness, my gosh. I mean, it's just, it really is a work of art.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I might add that your accent was a bit of a work of art. I was very impressed. Because, to be honest with you, I saw your last name. I was like, Dan Jeannotte. Well, clearly, he's a Frenchman. And then I'm like, wait, he's not French at all. He speaks American like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, your accent was really great.
I'm the best of both. I'm French-Canadian.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you
so
go.
you had some.
Well, it's quite different,
training?
you know. I'm from Montreal. I'm part French-Canadian, but really I was raised more in English than in French. But I do speak French. But Québécois French is very different than Parisian French.
True.
And
Very
speaking French is different than speaking English with a French accent. Yeah, I just tried to get in the headspace, listen to some French people speaking in English, and I hope I did it well.
You did a great job.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
sold me. I buy it.
Jen, you also say that Dan did a pretty good job of protecting you, taking care of you,
Yes.
considering your state, your pregnancy state. He was looking out, which I love to hear.
Yeah, he was so sweet. I just, it was a little tough being pregnant. It was fun, and I'm excited that, now I have this memoir of this movie, and I can be like, you were there with me, But he was so great, and I mean, you have a wife and a child, so you've been through the pregnancy thing. So he was amazing.
Well, let me just say, this woman is amazing. Like, I mean, it's hard enough for anybody to shoot a movie we filmed it in 17 days, That's a rigorous schedule for anyone. And to do it while pregnant, I couldn't get over it. I just thought, she's coming in every day. She's, knows her stuff. She's professional. She brings the charm and the energy. But also, she's in the middle of growing a human inside of her. I'm like, I have a hard time just learning my lines, And just the fact that she could do all of this was very impressive to me. So I thought the least I could do was just try to make sure she has what she needs.
Especially on the cobblestones.
Oh,
There were a lot
nice.
of really charming cobblestone streets, and I was like, I need to not fall right now because I'm clumsy in general.
So what looks like romantic kind
Yeah,
of
it's really
like
just me.
supporting her.
Just a good Canadian boy. That's all I'm going to say right there.
With a good Virginian girl.
That's right. Exactly. The two of us.
We have
Awesome, guys. You guys are great. So is this movie. Paris Wine and Romance premieres Saturday, May 4th at 9 p.m., 8 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel.